Today I want to talk about Miftah Ismail and Tariq Fazil Chaudhry or Nushr Rahman's conflict. So it's about conflict of interest. Now, who is right? PMLN leadership, including Tariq Fazil Chaudhry and Nushr Rahman, they are blaming Miftah Ismail. And Miftah Ismail is countering their propaganda and he is saying that they are wrong. Now, let us discuss it. Whether Miftah Ismail, he is right or the government is right. So in the corridors of power, silence is safety. If you remain silent, nobody will talk about it. And truth is taken as treason. But what happens when an insider dares to speak? Because Miftah Ismail is an insider. He was PMLN leader and he went to jail for PMLN. He's an economist, he's PhD, he is former finance minister, and he knows about business. So once a central figure in Pakistan's economic decision making, now he is a man on the margins. Not because he failed, but because he refused to play along. He called out what few dared to whisper, that the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, Shahbaz Sharif and Ishaq Dar, they profited from the sugar cartel, bleeding this nation dry. A cartel that drove prices up while millions starved. These weren't allegations hurled in anger. They were backed by data, policy records, and investigative reports. And that's precisely what made them dangerous. The reward for his honesty is political exile. Smear campaigns, like recently, yesterday I watched Fakhr Durrani's show, a video on YouTube, and Shahzeb Khanzada, the first 35 minutes in which Tariq Fazil Chaudhry and Miftah Ismail they were there. You should also watch these two, Fakhr Durrani's video and Shahzeb Khanzada's first 35 minutes of yesterday's program. You will find that you should decide after watching who was right. But I think Tariq Fazil Chaudhry, he could not make a strong case against Miftah Ismail, while on the other hand, Miftah Ismail, he raised certain points that can be verified through Dawn and the news and business analysts' analysis. You can say that. I'm sure, I'm confident, I've watched them carefully, and as a neutral, as an apolitical, as an unbiased person, I think that Miftah Ismail was right. But you should watch and decide yourself. So I think he's speaking the truth, and what is the reward? He is now facing a campaign against him. And Tariq Fazil Chaudhry said, Chor ki daadi mein tinka. Like that is what Tariq Fazil Chaudhry said, but he could not provide any evidence. So accusations are flimsy. Even facts couldn't catch up. So on such smear claiming Miftah Ismail handed billions to his company through Benazir Nashrullah program. But the truth is he wasn't even in office when that program began. First it was a pilot program, and then Sami Anishtar Imran Khan's government when he was in jail. So Fakhr Durrani, his report is quite, and there are other reports as well, you should watch. You should explore the sources as well. So, but in Pakistan, the real offense isn't corruption, it is exposing it. And Miftah Ismail did just that. So when others offered populism, he offered painful but necessary reforms, cutting unsustainable subsidies, demanding fair taxation, calling out elite capture. Miftah Ismail, his article is still available on Dawn website, on the Dawn newspaper's website. You can read it. So, calling out elite capture of the economy, he warned against currency manipulation, challenged dynastic economic planning, refused to sugarcoat the crisis. And what did he get in return? Replaced. He was replaced by Ishaq Dar, the architect of fiscal illusions, a man more loyal to the political families than to public welfare. Miftah now stands with Shahid Khaqan Abbasi in the Awam Pakistan party. They have their own political party. A movement rooted in policy, not in personality. But can sincerity survive in our system? A system that is built to punish honesty? Today, inflation spirals, debts climb, the IMF looms, and millions suffer. Meanwhile, the few who offer genuine solutions are smeared, sidelined, or silenced. This isn't just Miftah Ismail's dilemma, it is Pakistan's dilemma. When reformers are cast out and cronies are embraced, the message is clear. Competence is expendable, integrity is a liability, and truth is a threat. But Miftah Ismail, unlike many before him, did not trade truth for position. He walked away from power with his principles intact. He said, as the party did not follow its agenda on vote cohesively, so that's why I'm parting ways with the people now. And in doing so, he reminded us the real measure of a leader isn't the title they wear. It is the truth they dare to speak, even when it costs them everything. It may not be the hero the system wants, but he might be the one the nation needs. Let that sink in. So if you are an educated person, if you are a journalist watching me, I request you to investigate, to read, to watch Fakhr Durrani's report and video, and on YouTube it's available, and also yesterday's Tazib Khanzada's show. And you can even invite Miftah Ismail. He goes to universities, he defends himself, he discusses the ideas with students, with academia, with the journalists as well. So he said, he raised some serious questions that political families are benefiting from it. And if you look at political families, the ruling elite, they are extra rich. Pakistan is suffering, but they are getting rich. Their families are getting rich. So Miftah Ismail did not ask all the questions. We have a lot of questions. We want Ishaq Dar to answer the question about his sons, how his sons became so successful. We want to know how Hassan Nawaz and Hussain Nawaz, they became successful. We want to know how Munis Ala'i, he became so successful economically. We want to know how all these political families, Hamza Shahbaz and Salman Shahbaz and so many other people of these ruling families, we want accountability from these people, from the ruling elite, because they are ruling this country. So we want answers to these questions, that ruling class must be held accountable for all their actions and how their families got so rich. Miftah Ismail did not ask all the questions. But if you try to smear, or if you try to defame an honest man, then people will and people must ask these questions. So I urge everyone to look at these cases, and I think we must support Miftah Ismail because he is right, and we must stand by the truth. Because if you don't support someone who is speaking the truth, what will happen? Something that is not true will prevail, and that will harm me, it will harm you, and it will harm the country. So we as Pakistanis, we will have to protect the country by supporting those people who are speaking the truth. Or at least we should try to find out who is right and who is wrong. But ruling elite, they have to answer a lot of questions. And we must ask these questions from them. Because this is our country. We are Pakistan. Pakistan, Zindabad.